Hello and good morning. It's Cheryl from the Growth Hub and welcome to Virtual Coffee. I'm a little bit delayed today and I'm actually a little bit flustered because, and I probably need this coffee. My EA Wana, I call her Wana Full, Wannaful, because she's amazing. She does so much in the background. She looks after me. She checks in on me. She lets me know what my tasks are for the day, because this is what happens. Poor Wana, fortunately, her mum is in hospital with actually quite a severe case of coronavirus, and so poor Wana has spent the last few days, most of this week, in hospital with mum. So what actually, I'm a little bit lost, I have to say, because and this is where you don't realize, right? Once you have someone that does so much for you in the background, they look after so many functions. And so this is where it's going to be, I really want to be able to share with everyone the benefit and how Wana assists me. So this is my tribute to Wana. She's not here, but if she's listening, Wana, you're amazing. I hope that mum is well, and I love to see you soon. But in the meantime, just take care. Family is number one. Someone said hello Sean, how are you? And Kelly, how are you both doing? If you'd like an EA role in the meantime, feel free to reach out to me. No, we have someone else in the team who will be jumping on board once we get all our passwords and logins and all that sort of. But I'm going to show you today. I have to say, I'm going to share. We had a little bit of a mix-up with our calendar bookings, and so this is another thing that Wana does for us at the Growth Hub. She organizes all our virtual coffee guests. So she'll do the outreach. She posts on specific, our Facebook page. There are specific groups that we are part of that she posts on as well. And then organizes, it's a bit of a process. Everything that we do, we try as best as possible to put it into a process. So I'm just going to share this into my page as well. What Wana then does is, like, once I've had a conversation with a particular guest and they're the right fit and they're happy to be a guest on Virtual Coffee, she organizes the back end. So there's a form that they fill out, they book in calendars, and then she checks that they've filled out the form, all the calendars are right. She'll then set up the actual event and post it on our Facebook pages, Facebook page, other pages, my personal page, and LinkedIn. So there are quite a few steps in this whole just virtual coffee, right? And so, I mean, this isn't including what happens after virtual coffee as well. So unfortunately, because Juan has been away, she hasn't been able to check that our guest for today, which is Rob, to talk to us about YouTube, he has clicked on another date, which is not today. So that's fine. We just go along. I'm so sorry for anyone that's tuned in to listen to YouTube, because I was really excited about getting some real tips and tricks about absolutely flying on YouTube as well. So you've got me. And I do feel it's something I do want to share about how I am on a day-to-day basis working with an EA to be productive on my end. And when my EA is not around or my team are not around, that there is so much to do, right? There's like stuff that I've taken for granted to a certain extent. I need to turn off my notifications. Does she get the coffee ready as well? No, well, you know what? That's my wonderful husband that gets the coffee ready. This one's a little bit, oh, you can't see it because it's that. Oh my goodness, that's probably a little bit close. that's bulletproof coffee. So my husband got that ready, and there are days my little boy does get coffee ready as well. So for a lady of leisure in the morning, I get my coffee, but that's all I really have. She does everything else. So when Juana came on board, and this is for anyone that's looking to onboard an EA, and noting that last year and on its own, and the irony, I've had 4 EAs. I know that sounds terrible. One, Sarah, who's still with us, she was promoted to be an operations manager. So she was so good at what she was doing for me, and as we grew our team, she took on the role of an operations manager, and she's our integrator. So for anyone that doesn't know what an integrator is, that's fine. I'll talk about it in another session and why it's so important to have an integrator. So there was Sarah, and then we had another EA, Trisha, and then there were sort of 2 more in between that were sort of helping out in the meantime. But and then we came across Juana, who has been amazing. She literally hit the ground running in the first week. But even for us, being an outsourcing, good husband and little alpha, he is. I love my little boys, so big and little. What I realized as well was how much it is so important to be able to onboard your EA well from the very beginning. And one of the documents that we start with in any particular role is our task list. So I sat down with Juana, and before I sat down with Juana, I had in mind the tasks that I would like her to do on a daily, a weekly, and a monthly basis. So I'm just going to see if I can bring it up here. And we use a program called ClickUp. So ClickUp is another task management tool. And whether you're using Asana, Trello, Monday, whatever that might be, that's fine, whatever suits you. But we use ClickUp. And what we call Juana's winning the week. So you're going to get a little bit of an insight of Juana's day. And let me share my screen. Yeah. So Juana, sorry, there are a few red sort of indicated due date marks, only because you haven't been here, my dear. But this gives you an idea of how we've set out her task and how we've noted down daily tasks. What are the tasks that we need to do on a Monday, a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday, obviously, is a little bit of a do it all day. And then any sort of ad hoc tasks, next up projects, and what's being closed. So what we have here in each of them is also, we have, so I'm going to click on this. So this is for Business of Property, which is another Facebook Live event that I also host. So in each of these, we have templates as well of what is needed and a bit of a checklist of what that process is. So she has a reminder each and every day of what those specific tasks are, particular to that day, and noting that we've got Facebook Live events, we've got virtual coffee events. So she needs to be able to make sure that it's somewhere that she can go to each and every day and be sure of what to put in, and also have the template and the process checklist in there, so that if for whatever reason, for example, one is not here, right? So I've asked one of our other team, Cash, who's going to be joining our team in any case. So I've sort of fast tracked it and said, Cash, can you jump on board and help me, because one is going to probably be away for at least a week. And so the great thing here is that she can literally go in, and there are template messages to send. There is a process for each of the things that we're doing, and hopefully she'll be able to pick it up pretty quickly. So I'm going to stop that share now. Excellent. And so on top of that as well, so, you know, she's got, one has got her daily tasks. And on top of that, we liaise a lot on Slack. So on Slack, if it's a communication tool that we use for our whole team, and in Slack we have these separate channels in Slack for particular projects, particular clients, whether it's operations, marketing, and all of that. So Juana and I have a particular channel that's just for us, and we talk about things that, you know, could you please book in this person to catch up with me for a discovery call, or just a meet and greet, or whichever. And she'll reach out to people and she'll coordinate it. We usually have a link. We usually have a link that, say for calendar bookings, that just gets sent. So as much as possible, we do try to automate whatever functions that we're doing in the business. And if it requires a human intervention, the question that I always have is, do I need to be involved in this process? Or is it, you know, it is the 5-second rule. Is it going to take me 5 seconds to do it? If it's going to take more than five seconds, then, you know, is it going to take me longer to give instructions to someone? Well, if it's going to take me longer to give instructions to someone, then I definitely should be outsourcing that or delegating that. Yes, that's right. If it's quicker for me to do it, then I'll do it. But if I don't need to, then Juana's little Slack channel gets bombarded pretty much throughout the day. But just simple things like email management, you know, one of the things that she does is she'll help me categorize emails into what's urgent, what just needs to be sort of an FYI, and what needs to be followed up. So she'll go through all of that. And if there are times that she needs to respond to people on my behalf, she does that as well. So that's, you know, it gives you a little bit of an insight. These are just sort of some of the things that I can think of. You know, she has helped me send out thank you gifts to our clients, collated information to be put into reports. I can, there are so many things, that just even liaising with our internal team, where are things that need to be done, she will look after that. So, you know, the question is, and I share this because, you know, I've had one away for 3 days, and I realize I've almost gone back to having late nights and going, oh my goodness, I need to be on top of everything, and that little sense of overwhelm. Whereas when my team are all in place, like, you know, one is there and all our team are functioning well, like, I do have earlier nights, you know, I still have, you know, I've got part 1 and part 2 of my day, because in the middle of it, I pick up my kids, I spend time with them, take them to sport and all of that. But, you know, my part 2 doesn't end up being 2 a.m. in the morning or 1 in the morning responding to emails. There's still things that I can move forward. So what I'd like to put across to you is, as you know, whether you're a business owner or someone who, you know, we get a lot of clients that reach out to us because they're still running their businesses as a side hustle for now, but they've got full-time jobs and they want to be able to transition to this business. You know, one of the things that I talk to them about is, I love that you want to be able to have a VA help you, or get an EA on board, but let's step back even, you know, a few steps from that and see what it is, your systems, processes, and templates that we can help you put together, so that when your EA comes on board, that there's going to be an onboarding process. They're not going to get overwhelmed. It's going to be quicker for you to get them on board. And it's going to be a much more enjoyable and positive experience for the both of you when you know, basically for the first few weeks, because it can be quite overwhelming when often if it's a business owner that doesn't really know what their processes and systems are to begin with, it's difficult for you to explain what someone needs to do to help you with, but you know that someone needs to be there to assist you. So there we go. My little tribute to Juana. is true the right word for it? Because she's still around. To let her know that I'm thinking of her. I can't wait for her to come back. If you want to have a wonderful VA/EA of your own and just want to have a chat to me about how that looks like, what you can get someone to do, feel free to drop me an EM, put a comment below. If you want a copy of our 50 Tasks to Freedom guide, type in freedom below as well. And, next week I will see you again. I've got to work out who our next guest is. So wish me luck. Take care, everyone. Be good, and I'll see you all later. Bye.